Hello everyone. I wanted to do a different kind of video. Um, I typically do gameplay videos. A lot of them are just kind of like clipped from stream and put on here, which tends to be lazy for YouTube. People tend to not like that. So I'm trying to at least do some news updates here as well as some like special experiments that I do off stream, and start posting those. So this will be the first of many different kinds of videos. I don't know. This is so awkward. We're just gonna get through it, okay? We're gonna cringe through it together. Um, we had the dev update come out, and there were some interesting things, and I kind of wanted to go over them. So it's kind of what inspired me. Sorry, I'm like hot. I just got out of the shower. I have like a few minutes left on lunch. I'm trying to do my best. Um, so we have the twins update. So they've reduced the time it takes to switch back and forth between Victor and Charlotte to make it a little bit more seamless and less clunky, which I think is really, really good. They've also added the ability to recall Victor at any point so survivors can't just hold Victor hostage, which I think is really, really smart. Um, and then they also have tried to, in their own way, reduce the slugging playstyle around the twins by making it so that Victor does not cling on to healthy survivors. He clings on to down survivors. And if he successfully hits a healthy survivor, it injures them and he can't be kicked. So I think they're trying to move away from the slugging. I don't know if it'll quite fix it, but honestly, I think this is a really good step in the right direction for Charlotte and Victor. They've also taken away the requirement that you're so far away from a hook to be able to switch back and forth between Victor and Charlotte, because they've added the camping timer thing. And if you leave Charlotte at the hook, it will proc that hook camping timer. So I see what they did. I understand why they wanted to wait for this other feature to be implemented. They did update 7 add-ons, which should be interesting. I'm guessing it's going to have to do with down survivors with Victor on them, like different effects it'll have, like blindness and things like that, which would be counterproductive to the anti-slugging situation. But you know what? They're doing their best. We're just going to let them. Enough about the twins. We're going to move on from that. I don't really care. Um, the the Blight's minor update. This was interesting to me because this is such a double-edged sword, right? I don't think that anybody complains about hug teching and slide teching. I don't know what the fuck Blight mains call it. Okay, sliding on walls and stuff. That actually seems to be more of a bug that turned into a feature that really kind of highlighted the people that main Blight. And it takes some time to get used to. It's not something that you can just like pick up in one gaming session. It's something that took actual experience and muscle memory and figuring out what you could slide off of, what you couldn't slide off of, things of that nature. And to the blights that didn't necessarily like hug tech, slide tech, whatever the fuck, they did, like, we knew. I'm speaking to myself because I can't hug tech anything. We're gonna call it hug tech from now on. I can't go back and forth. I can't hug tech for anything at all. But I did know what I could not bounce on, right? I knew when I loaded on Swamp, I was gonna have a rough time, and there was gonna be several times I was gonna slide off of things that I should have bumped into. It felt shitty, but like, I don't know. So them changing the collision to make it so that the blight can't incorrectly slide along obstacles and lunge around tighter corners than intended. I don't know. It feels like it's removing the skill ceiling, and it feels like it's fixing the wrong thing on the blight. I feel maybe adjusting the DPI inputs would have been better so that the tight corner thing could have been fixed. Changing add-ons would have been a very good decision. I think that's the only thing Blight actually needed nerfs on was his add-ons. I think as a killer himself, he's just a really good jack of all trades, and I don't think that's a bad thing to have in the game. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this is like an L change, but it feels like an L change for Blight mains, and it feels like an L change for Blight enjoyers as well. This is just gonna suck. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'll wait to see. Haddonfield, medium update. I wish this was a large update. I swear to God. Updated map layout and reduced the overall size. Do they ever actually end up like reducing a significant amount of the size though when they say that? Because it never feels like it. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm ungrateful. Who knows? I am a DVD player, so it's in my nature to be ungrateful and not be thankful for the things we're given. Um, Reduce the length of hedges and fences to create more openings. This should have been, I don't want to sound negative, but like this should have been something that we never ran into because we dealt with this on Old Haddonfield. We dealt with this on Bad and Preschool, I want to say as well. They know the consequences for having incredibly long hedges. Like they know it's been an issue. So why would you do it again? Like that's my issue. But okay, good for you. Good change. The map's long and narrow shapes and rows. Okay, this is just going on about what we already knew years ago. Adjusted various houses to reduce the strength of straw loops. So that looks like here, so that you don't get two windows here. You have like a door instead of having to go out and around. So this could, this still feels like a Strong loop, but it doesn't feel like a God loop. You know what I mean? Like, okay. It depends on like how you run it and what you're gonna have to do. Like, you're not gonna want to run it this way. You're gonna want to run it, I think, this way. That way they don't have the window to jump into for a fastball, or they have to go way out to go into a fastball, or they can just take the stairs, which I think will be the smart decision. Now, what they need to not do is put an open window up here. They need to close the windows on the top, because I feel like with Balance Landing, you can actually make this into a really strong move, which was the issue in original Haddonfield. So anyway, moving on. Reduce the number of houses in the maps. All remaining houses can be entered. So there'll be no closed off houses, so no extra bloat in the map that are just there to be bloat and walk around. They added pallets and lockers along the edge of the map, which is super great, specifically for Blight mains. And for Huntress mains, I would say. Although I don't know that I run out of hatchets too often in Haddonfield. Like, yeah, I think this would be more a Blight change. Updated street tiles to feature more pallet loops. As we can see here, there's more cars, more pallets. I don't know how I feel about that because these cars have weird fucking hitboxes. I've noticed even like when running with normal movement speed killers, there's I think it's like a car like this or a car like this on the new map over in the parking lot by the movie theater. And you have to, because of the collision on the car, you have to run around that thing like 8 times just to force a pallet drop, not even to get a hit. It's actually insane. So I don't know how I feel about them adding more cars here. I understand why, because this was a fucking dead zone. Like, as soon as you broke like the 2, maybe 3 pallets in this area, this was a complete dead zone. I don't know if making it ridiculous. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm here for this. I'm here for the Haddonfield update. I really do want to. I would love for Haddonfield to be a map that we can actually play on. Like, that I like playing on. Halloween is my favorite fucking horror franchise, and the fact that I hate its map in Dead by Daylight and have since its inception has always grinded my fucking gears. So I would love for this map to be beautiful and wonderful and fun to play on. So hopefully them reducing the side, adding pallets in the center, reducing the strong loops in the houses. That feels like a lot. I don't even know if you can consider that a medium update. That does feel like a large update. So maybe they're being humble. Maybe when we play on it, it'll feel even better. Decisive Strike update. Increased stun duration to 5 seconds was 3 seconds, adding a new stabbing animation when the Decisive Strike is used successfully. I'm into this. I have two feelings about this. As somebody that doesn't tunnel, it already feels incredibly bad when you've hooked somebody, you immediately see somebody else, you chase them and down them. While you're doing that, the other person gets unhooked and happens to be in the wrong place at the wrong time and gets downed again because of their poor positioning. Mind you, heartbeats exist. Like, you know when you're in the killer's tear radius. So why are you here? And you unintentionally down somebody that just got unhooked, and then you get decisive. It feels bad. It feels genuinely bad. So I don't know if maybe like the fix to that is to shorten the duration to like works for 30 seconds after you get unhooked. I don't know, because that, if you're getting tunneled, you're getting tunneled, and that fucking sucks. So I don't know. I still think, did they take away the time limit on Decisive Strike? I don't know. I don't know what happened while I was gone. Oh well, we're just gonna move forward. What's this? Hold on. Sorry, guys. I want something to negate that. Like that specifically, that situation sucks. I 100% think if you are getting tunneled and you run Decisive Strike, you should be able to use it. It should be something that's worth using. So I'm not mad at them increasing the stun duration to 5 seconds, but they need to find a way to work around the accidental proccing of Decisive Strike. Like if I'm not tunneling you and I've hooked an entire other person, I shouldn't get hit by Decisive Strike. That shouldn't be a thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm losing my mind. Who fucking knows? Or make it that. Just make it have a requirement where if you hook somebody else, it doesn't get procced. Like it turns off. If somebody else gets hooked in the trial, your Decisive Strike gets turned off. That's it. Adrenaline no longer activates if you are hooked when the gates are powered. I'm gonna hate that for when I'm Survivor, but as I would say 80% killer main, I'm here for it. I'm genuinely here for it. Reduced speed boost duration to 3 seconds was 5. So less time that you get the sprint burst. Doesn't activate when gates are powered and you're hooked. Super nice. And no longer causes you to wake up when faced in the nightmare, which is a small niche scenario, but I agree. In fact, I think these are all of the changes that Kaiser DeBard, I think is his name, said he wanted, and I think he just got them. I think it's literally exactly what he requested. Look at him being great, speaking greatness into existence. Ultimate weapon now reveals survivor's aura instead of causing them to scream. Reduces activation time to 15 seconds, was 30 seconds. Increased cooldown 80, 70, 60 to 40, 35, 30. I'm okay with this. As a Huntress player, I'm very okay with this. This becomes better than Darkness Revealed. Like this genuinely this gives you wall hacks as Huntress. Literally wall hacks. Interesting. Yeah, I mean I hate the cooldown a little bit, but I don't think the Darkness Revealed is much faster, honestly. Is it 30 seconds or is it 60? I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments. Emblems are no longer gonna, you're not gonna be able to depip. There's no, so like things like the depip squad don't exist anymore. They're gonna remove the ability to lose a pip because, as we all know, emblems and ranks in Dead by Daylight are simply used for monthly rewards. They're not used to really state how good you are. It hasn't had anything to do with skill for a very long time. So good for them. Proud of them. I'm fully on board with this. Give me more blood points at the end of the month. And then they're going to do an update to the store. Who the fuck cares about this, honestly? I'm okay with this. I like that it's going to be more organized and easier to go through. It is outdated. It's been 6 years since the store was created. I'm glad we're finally going to have something that's a little bit cleaner and will be organized a little bit better, and we'll be able to search. It'll be wonderful. I think we can search right now, though, honestly. Archives, new tomes and their respective rifts will now open at the same time as the update. New rift bundle option will grant the premium rift rewards and a 20-tier head start at a discounted price. Rifts has historically opened the day after our mid-chapter updates, but no more. You can now get them and the challenges right away. That's super smart. That's literally never made sense to me, the delay. It doesn't really change gameplay, but like this here makes a lot of sense. It made all of that feel very clunky. So overall, I don't know. We'll have to see. I don't want to overreact to anything. I think twins are going to be more fun to play. I think Blight's going to be less fun to play. Still fun, though. It's still fun to run around. I just think it's going to suck that you can't do some of like the hug techs and stuff. Is it hug tech? Slide tech? Hug tech? Hug tech feels right. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Haddonfield, I am more than willing to give a chance. I hope it's a fun fucking map to play on now. If not, it can go fuck itself. Decisive Strike, Adrenaline, I mean, no. I like the animation thing, though, and I understand this, so I'm not mad at it. I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see. Yeah. Let me know what you guys think about the update in the comments, and I will see you all in the vlog. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.